Beautiful ignited souls, we are ready for a new creation. Wonderful ignited souls. Okay, so let me share this experience with you because the gods have just given me a download, and I'm speaking about the 14 gods of Genesis. In case you are new to this channel, this is the God who created, the God of creation. Of course, the God of creation encapsulates a lot: God of movement, God of words, God of division, God of planting, God of breath, God of soaring, sight, and settings, and blessings, and breath, and God of causation and formation. I think I have uttered the 14 gods. And gods, if I have left any of you out, you know you are not out, because so within, so without. I am that. Okay. So, anyway, the gods have just had this, given me this download. And I think it's not something new. I have thought about it before, but it reminds me of this experience I had one year when I traveled on the island of St. Lucia from the UK to St. Lucia. And I was given, in fact, it was the time of when BA were offering their seats. They, in some way, they made it more accessible that you could travel first class, and it was reasonable. For some reason, I don't quite know how, but I was able to travel first class when I went to book this ticket, and the girl said, "Oh, you're so lucky, you're going to travel first class." And I couldn't believe that when I got on the plane, that it was the very same plane that I would have been in the economy. I couldn't believe that there exists these two extremes of service on the same plane. Plane. The gods are saying, remember the word plane, because we have been talking about language, and they are saying, remember plane, like on the same plane, the same sphere, the same continent, the same, and so on. I get it. So and it was all the white leather seats. And as soon as I got in, there was the air hostess taking my bag and putting things, and having me get my seat reclined, and having a glass of champagne. And I mean, I was in heaven. Not only I was way up, how many thousand feet up in the air, but I was literally in heaven with the service, the quality of service. So, of course, I had on my holidays, had a good time, and boasted about the service. And as I'm saying and sharing this with you, I shared with other people. Can you believe it? It's the same aircraft, and so on. So, yes, that was good. On my return, I went into the waiting area, and on embarking the aircraft, or even, yeah, on the exit point, the assistant looked at my ticket and she said, "Oh, you shouldn't have been in this area. You should have been in the other waiting room." Can you believe it? Where you could have had champagne, and of course, it's another executive area on the same airport, you know. So, but anyway, and of course, I was so full of anticipation. But I learned a very serious lesson from this, which is something I'm still learning to put in place, is that I was full of anticipation for what I knew. By then, I already knew that I was getting first class treatment, but there was a part of me, even when I was in that waiting area, that told me that there must have been some other area to, it's like I shouldn't be standing there. I shouldn't be in that area. There must have been something else. I was getting that. But I missed out on that part, which is what I'm saying. Now, of course, that was only according to my capacity to embrace. It's almost like I needed a pause to be able to take everything in. And so, one of the lessons I am learning here with all of this, the gods are saying, they're reminding me of that experience. And they're saying to me, you've been talking about death. You've been talking about, the death and dead. And of course, we are in actual fact dead. And they are saying, just suppose when you die, just suppose when you die, and you realize that you could have had more fun and you didn't. Just suppose that happened, that you were on this grand playground, and they are more or less saying Earth is a playground. And yes, on this playground, it's like going on slides. Some of us get grazed. In the process of having fun, some of us get hurt. Some of us fall, some of us trip, some of us, fall ill, and all kinds of experiences happen. But it is part of this grand playground, the experience. It is in the grand plan. That's what's on this plane. And they are reminding us, that's why they are saying that they actually equal fun. And yes, as we have done the sum that shows them to have fun and shows them to be in language, in our language, and how we gauge. That's why they say the word gauge is in the language, so we can learn how to monitor ourselves, take charge of ourselves, look after ourselves. And let's look at fun we have done, and they're asking us to look at this. This is why they're saying have fun every day. And this is another thing they said, every day we ought to be saying, what fun what fun can I have today? So this is the goals. This is 6 3 5. But they're saying we have done this to remind you. It's almost like saying have double the amount of that. Make sure you have at least 2 episodes of where you really engage in fun right here. Like instead of having 635 365, have 635 amount of fun, and stick it in a in a day. Something to that, that's what the gods are saying. What if you went on the other side and realized that the fun, the quality of fun you can have on this plane is not the same like on the other plane? What if you could have had more fun? This is it, people. This is it. And of course, adding this together is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. They are saying, have fun. Okay, so I'm going to, this is the message. They also gave me another analogy, which I have experienced too. You go to the restaurant and you have a 3-course meal, and sometimes we say, oh well, I am not gonna have much of the starters because otherwise I won't be able to enjoy or have space for the full course meal, or the main meal rather. But then you have your starters, which is delicious, but you have a little bit of it. And because you are leaving space and anticipation for the main course. Then you have your second course, and you think, oh, I'm going to do the same. The main course comes, and it's a little weeny slice of potato or something on the side, and not so much that it is not palatable. It is not like you anticipated. Yes, you ordered it, but you didn't really, you weren't conscious of exactly the portion that you may get, or it's just a real small portion. And you love to have something, or you're hungry, you want to have something substantial. And then you think, oh my, the best part is gone. It was the starters. And there was another chance to have something even more delicious. And you missed out on it. So the gods are reminding us to have fun. Enjoy every moment as much as we can. And so from now on, I'm going to ask, what fun can I have today? It actually reminds me of my nephew. I babysat in Canada, and this child would get up. It's like he'd get up, not just jump out of bed, and he'd get up and a big smile on his face, and it's almost like I could read him. It's like, what mischievous thing am I gonna get up to today? What can I do today to have real fun? Stay ignited.